Okay, first thing first, I want to talk to y'all about this universal Zoom app. What I found amazing about the app is that you can basically go in it, you can zoom in, out of the app, all the way from large animals all the way until you can get to like smaller things like an egg, like this egg right here, um, a chicken egg. You can, if you click on the chicken egg, let's see if I can get it to click. Um, okay, well that didn't work. So let's try something else. If we were to, I don't think it's letting me click on anything. But anyways, this app is so amazing. Like it lets you click on like a simple thing and you can read more about it, like the meters of it and the width and all that. Um, it's basically a app that really is universal and you can see like large things and small things, like the scale of it, like the weight and all that. Um, that's what I found out about this app. Now, onto my Excel project. The first thing I'm going to start off with is the number one that I have created over here. Um, the speed, we're supposed to answer some questions. So, the speed that you will be going if you were to just stand on the earth without moving at all, you will still be going up to 1,000 miles per hour just because the earth is still rotating. Even though that you were still sitting still, you would still be rotating. So you would still be moving at 1,037 miles per hour. Um, Sometimes you can relate your movement related to scientific, the way speed and space. Um, However, it depends on how you look at it. From a scientific point of view, dealing with the Earth, you might measure a different orbital speed in kilometers. But if you look at it from an everyday point of view, you might look at how fast the train is going per miles per hour. If you're not looking at it from a scientific point of view, um, the I want to talk to you about the. Have you ever seen the sign where it has like a 10 with a negative E, like it has like an E negative. I want to talk to you about that for a little bit, um, because if, because if you were to use the number 1.6 for a charge of an electron, you wouldn't want to put all those zeros right here, 18 zeros, and then a 16. It would be easier to just do this right here, 10 with a carry of negative 19, uh, column, or if you were to plug in a number of time in the scientific calculator, it will give you this, either a E negative or E plus, which basically means that it's just times in the tens of your multiple that you multiply a number by, whether it is negative or positive. Um, As you can see here, I have it if right here. It says E negative 10 or E plus 10. That's all it does for that one. Now, on the graph 2. On graph 2, I want to talk to you about why someone will want to report misleading information. Okay, so on here, I had to go back and correct like some things like the scores, because if you can see here in this column right here, the scores is 120, 113, and 127. If I were to just want to start off at, let's say, 105, as I did right here in this one, and you can tell the differences in between the graphs and like where they have collected their data and where they are in their scores. But however, if I was to go down here and start from zero, you can barely tell the difference. You can kind of see it, but it's kind of rare to like point it out exact. So if I were to really mess it up, like by starting at like 200 down here, it wouldn't even show up. So it's good to have good information to plug in the data and make sure that you have the correct stuff. The way you can continue to work your problem. Um, okay, now I want to talk to you guys about other way data might be misleading, either on purpose or by mistake. Again, sometimes some data can be misleading. Like this right here, I'm gonna go with this one. I did the percentages of unemployment rates of Clinton years, but sometimes as you see, like you can you see how it has like the percentage. Sometimes it might show up not that well, like it might show up like that instead of like that, and I can tell that this is the way that my teacher has wanted it. So um, again, it's good to have the information that you need so you won't be misled and put in the wrong stuff. Okay, now on to graph 3. Whoa, okay. Let me figure this out, then we can continue on. Now on to graph 3. Let's move. I'm sorry, guys. Um, I want to go back to graph 2 for a minute because just to tell you that it's good to have the correct information because I spent a lot of time and made a lot of errors while doing my graphs as well. And it didn't turn out so well like I thought it would. So just make sure that you have everything in the right place and the accurate information on them. Again, um, now on to graph 3. Now, as you can see, I was supposed to type 5 sentences right here in this box, but I just didn't get around to it. After this presentation, I'm going to go back and put that in. But as for right now, I'm just going to talk about this graph for a minute. Okay, now as you can see here, we have the different things right here where it has America's that has obese, it has the number, and then America diagnosed with two types of diabetes, which has 10.5%. America that has high blood pressure, which is 32.7%. American type 2 diabetes is classified as obese, is 90%. 90% of American type 2 high blood pressure, and 86% of obese people have blood pressure. Also, 81% American type 2 diabetes with high blood pressure. Um, so I basically went over here and I plugged in the data like the different see right here where it says American. Then I did the total like the total number of it. Then I did the percentages, which is 100% because that's how many Americans it is. And then Americans with slash without because it didn't give me any more data. It just says American 3,000. I mean, the number right there of Americans. Um, Now, and when I did this, the plugging in your numbers in the diagram can be kind of hard and difficult. Uh, but as you can see right here, it says obese and type 2 diabetes. So I would go here. Where is it? Where it has type 2 diabetes and obese right here in this line. And then you can go over here where it has 3.1, which is the percentage of millions that Americans have, and it has 3.1 million. So I plug that in right here because it goes in with the obese and the type 2 diabetes. Um, Again, you can go if you want to look at something else, obese and high blood pressure. If I was to do that one, uh, it would be right here, which says type 2. It's a T2B, which in other words stands for type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. It is also 3.1 billion right here in this where I got my information. Um, Now, let's say if I wanted to find out type 2 diabetes in obese and high blood pressure, as you can see right here in my diagram where it kind of has that shape right there, um, uh, I put it right there smack in the middle where you can kind of see it's like it has all of them included, which is 27.1 million. Now where I found my information is right here where it has 21.7, which is understood to be millions, and I plug that in right there. And then where it has where it has obese and high blood pressure, which is B right here between these two, which is right here. I found 52.5 million. And again, I went back to my graph and I found that out right there where it has 52.5 million. Um, and then I also have my percentages right here off to the side. So I'm going to go on to the next graph now. Hopefully I've explained well, like how I got my stuff. If not, I will go back and redo some things. Um, okay, now third graph right here. I mean, my fourth, my fault. Um, I want to talk to you about how I calculated my range, my median, my mean, and all of that. Um, to find out your range, basically all you have to do is um, what I did was to find out my range. I took this top number, the highest number, and the bottom number, and I basically just I guess minus I just minus them, that's it. And then it gives you your range. And then for my median, as you can see I put right here. If I was to my median is the middle always going to be the middle number. So after as you can see at the top graph, I didn't put them in order, but the second graph I did. Um so whatever the median the middle number is in the second graph, that will be your median always. Um my mean, however, I put in equals average, like what is the average of this whole graph? Because you have to put in the whole thing to find the answer right here. You have to put in the whole graph. So I took the whole graph and I averaged it, and that's how I got my mean. Okay, now we're going to talk about the tightness of data points. As you can see, it is kind of tight right there, like within the scatter plot that I put down. Um, it's very close numbered. As you can see over here, all the 70s and it's not really much space. So that's why my graph looks kind of clustered right there. Um, The box and whiskers range was based on my mean, median, and in my Q1 and my Q1 and Q3, which were the two middle numbers. As you can see, after you do the median, it takes both sides of that, and like these two, 71 and 68, and then 75 and 64, and you just take those two, and you should be able to find your Q1 and Q3. And the reason for the spreadsheet was to let you see the differences in each set of heights of on of how much the university scholars get sleep. That's why I did it like that with two different ones. As you can see, I have the height of the army recruits in inches. I did a scatter plot. They'll let you see like a kind of like the see if you see the line right there. I kind of let you see like how it's kind of decreasing, and I also added a plot and whiskers to go along with that. And same over here. Okay, on to number 5. This one, number 5, was kind of difficult for me, but eventually I got it done. Um, so I want to talk to you about the change of shape in this um in my chart right here. As you can see, again, I did not put a text box. I have to go back and change that later. But the meaning of the change of shape right here is because if you can see, like I put different percentages and they're slowly decreasing, so that's why it kind of goes down like that on my graph. I want to talk to you about this is about the sleep matters of the scholars. I think I got it mixed up and I accidentally put my text box up here uh, that was supposed to go along with this graph. So if you would just show me grace and because that was supposed to go with this graph. That's why, and you can kind of see right here the median income right here, your top 10%, and then the top 5% of families and income. You probably wonder what is this right here? All of this. This was supposed to be my total, my the mean of my total hours of sleep that a lot of students have, and then this one right here. Whoa. This was just supposed to be the I wouldn't say percentages of it, but that's what they were supposed to be. Again, I talked to you about the negative E, as you can see right here. The negative E in '05. That's basically this number times and then the to the negative 5. Um, but this is my sleep pattern of 2017 of Duke University scholars. I did this chart um, based off of the data that I was received as I was watching the videos on how to do this. Now, I want to talk to you about the why, like how I got um, this flamethrower profit graph right here. Um, so basically, I kind of went off of my formula, which is right here, which is um, as you can see right there, um, my X input and Y input, uh, which my X would be sales and my Y profit. As you can see right here, this will be sales. I kind of got the labels mixed up right here, but this is supposed to be sales, and this is supposed to be profits of it. Um, and this is supposed to be like my U.S. dollars of it. That's why it's supposed to be sales, and this is supposed to be profit. But I accidentally put numbers of sales um, right here, which is which will be my first. Um, this will be my first number that I will have to deal with. So this will be on the y-axis. It's supposed to be at 0 and 12,000, but my arrow is kind of a little off right there. Um, and then right here, my second one will be at 100, which again, my arrow, I I don't know why it moved. At first, I did have them accurate, but then they moved again. But as you can see, like right here, with if I'm what I'm showing you on my screen, where it says profit points at 100, that's where my arrow is supposed to be. Um, and that is the second one that I highlighted. As you can see, the colors are matching on the graphing on my data sheet. Uh, Again, my third point was supposed to be 220 right there. It's supposed to be right there. But again, my arrow's kind of off on that one as well. On my fourth one, it's supposed to be at 260, which is right there. But again, same thing. And that that is supposed to be how much like the U.S. spent in dollars over here on my y-axis again, like I was explaining. Whoa, what just happened? Okay, like I was explaining earlier, um, that that was supposed to be. Okay, I'm sorry for that, but anyways, I was explaining. That was my Excel. Uh, that was my Excel project that I was supposed to do, and that's how far I got to it. As you can see, um, I had some information. I had information off of the videos that I've watched. But however, I was kind of like off with my labeling and my text boxes, some of them were missing and some of them wasn't fully filled. Um, but all of my information was totally accurate. Um, it's just I didn't. I should have took my time on it, so I regret that. But other than that, I think I did pretty well, and I just want to thank you. Thank you. Thank you for watching.